Hi everyone, I'm Meghna. I'm a psychologist, and today we're going to talk about a very interesting topic. Today, we're going to deep dive into a wild, wacky, and totally relatable world of 2024 dating lingo. From breadcrumbing to pocketing. Oh, yes, I've got all the new terms that you need to survive this modern day dating jungle. So grab your snacks, get something to drink, because some of these will have you thinking, oh no, that happened to me. First up, we have breadcrumbing. Think of it like when someone throws little crumbs of attention at you, but never a full loaf, never enough for a real connection. They text you here and there just to keep you interested, but they never really commit. Picture this: you match with someone who's all charm. Every few days, they drop a flirty message, good morning, sunshine, or hey, we should totally catch up soon. And you're like, okay, cool, let's set something up. But here's the twist: they never follow through. Plans magically disappear, schedules get too busy, and you're left staring at your phone, wondering if they're some kind of magician. They give just enough attention to keep you interested, but never enough to actually make it happen. It's like following a breadcrumb trail, but instead of a feast at the end, you're left feeling hungry for a real connection. Next is zombieing. And no, it's not a Halloween thing. This is when someone ghosts you, totally disappears, and then out of the blue, they come back to life. Imagine this: you're texting someone, everything is going great. Then, poof, they ghost you, vanishing without a trace. Weeks go by and you've totally written them off. But suddenly, out of the blue, they're back, popping up in your DMs with a casual, hey stranger, or a late night, you up? As if they never disappeared. It's like they've risen from the dead, zombie style, ready to haunt your phone screen. Just when you thought you've bedded that chapter for good, bam, you've been zombied. Have you ever felt like you're dating someone but they keep you hidden from your family and friends? Welcome to pocketing. You're dating someone and things are going great, well, almost great. You've been hanging out for months, going on fun dates, maybe even spending weekends together. But here's the catch: they keep you in their back pocket, never introducing you to anyone in their life. You've never met any of their friends or family. They never invite you to any social gatherings. And anytime you bring up meeting their friends, they say, let's keep this between us. Meanwhile, they're out there posting group selfies with everyone except you. It's like they've tucked you into their back pocket, keeping you hidden from their life, like a secret accessory. If your relationship is beginning to feel like a top secret mission, then you have been pocketed. Roaching sounds gross, and it kind of is. Imagine this. So, you've been dating someone for a few weeks, and everything seems to be going well. You're texting, you're going on cute dates, you're sharing deep conversations, and then later you discover that they're seeing other people, and not just one, a lot of them. Maybe a friend casually mentions that they've seen your partner out with someone else, or you stumble upon their social media where you see them posting a new picture of a date with someone else. Suddenly, it hits you. They've been keeping a whole colony of romantic interests under wraps. Just like spotting one roach means there are probably more lurking around, finding out that they're roaching you means they're playing the field without telling you. It's time to confront the situation and clear the air. Have you ever had someone who stops talking to you but they watch everything you do on social media? That's orbiting. They are not in your life, but they're still in your orbit. Imagine this: you have been talking to someone for a while and things seem to be going great. But then they go radio silent, ghosting you completely. You think it's over and move on. Now, fast forward a few weeks, and you notice they're still watching all your stories, they're liking your posts, and even commenting on some of your cute pictures. It's like they're lurking around and keeping tabs on you without really engaging in any real conversation. You're left wondering, are we done? Or are they just in my orbit? It's a classical case of orbiting. While they're not in your life anymore, they're still hovering around, making sure that you know they're still there, just not in the way you hoped. Here's a term for a real mind bender: ghost lighting. Imagine when someone ghosts you and you call them out, they gaslight you into thinking you're overreacting. They're like, I wasn't ghosting you, I was just busy for 2 months. Nobody, you vanished into thin air, and now you're messing with reality. Picture this: you're chatting with someone and everything seems to be going great until they suddenly disappear. Ghosted. You're left feeling confused and maybe even a little hurt. A few weeks later, they pop back into your life with a message like, I was super busy, you know how it is. But when you bring up how weird it felt when they vanished, they behave like you were overreacting. They say things like, I never ghosted you, I just took a break. Suddenly, you're questioning your own memory. Are you really being dramatic? Did they really just take a break? That's gaslighting at its finest, making you doubt your reality and experience while they flip the script to put the blame back on you. It's a wild ride of confusion, leaving you feeling more tangled than even before. Up next, we've got benching. Someone keeps you around, but you're not the star player. You're on the bench waiting for a moment that never comes. Imagine you're dating someone who's super into you at first. You go on a few dates, share a few laughs, and everything seems promising. But then they start to pull back. They text you sporadically, and when you suggest meeting up, they either say they're too busy or they make a vague plan for the future that never materializes. Meanwhile, you're still seeing them on social media, posting about their weekend plans with friends, never mentioning you. And it feels like you're sitting on the sidelines waiting for them to decide whether you're worth the game. You're definitely being benched, kept around just in case they want to play again, but never prioritized enough to be a part of the starting lineup. And you're left wondering if you're a player or just a placeholder. Okay, so forbeing is when someone pretends they're a couple but only for social media. They'll post cute pics with you and tag you, but in reality, there's no commitment. It's like fake dating. You suddenly started talking to someone, but things aren't really serious, and suddenly they start posting pics of you online, couple style. Cute captions like date night, best weekend ever start popping up, and you're tagged in them. But here's the catch, they don't treat you like a real partner in reality. You're not exclusive, there's no commitment talk, and when you're hanging out, it's casual. It's like they want to show off that they're taken online, but offline, it's all vibes and no substance. They are playing the role of perfect bae on social media, but in reality, you're more like a social media accessory. That's forbeing, fake dating for the likes and followers. Then there's love bombing. When someone overwhelms you with grand gestures, excessive compliments, and constant attention right at the beginning, you feel like the center of the universe, but it's all a tactic to gain control. Picture this, you match with someone who seems too good to be true. From the moment you start talking, they are showering you with compliments and sending you grandiose texts like, I've never met anyone like you, just after the second date. They are planning romantic getaways, talking about your future together, and it all feels like a whirlwind fairy tale. You're thinking this is moving fast, but maybe this is just how it's supposed to be. But just as suddenly as it started, the compliments start to slow down, the over the top affection disappears, and you're left feeling confused and wondering where all the attention went. That's love bombing. It's intense, fast, and feels like a dream at first. But it's all a tactic to overwhelm you with affection, only to pull back once you're hooked in. It's like riding a roller coaster where the highs are thrilling, but the lows leave you feeling dizzy. This one has a cute name, kitten fishing. This is like catfishing's younger, less harmful sibling. It's when someone tweaks small details on their dating profile, like their age, height, or even heavily filters their photos, just to appear a bit more attractive. Harmless? Maybe. Misleading? Absolutely. Imagine you match with someone on a dating app and their profile is fire. Flawless pics, perfect height listed, witty bio, and their life seems like a dream. You're thinking, wow, I hit the jackpot. But when you meet them in person, reality doesn't exactly match their profile. Maybe they're a few inches shorter than they claimed. Their pictures are a few years outdated or heavily filtered. And the avid traveler they describe themselves as, it turns out they've only been on one vacation in the last year. It's not full blown catfishing, but they've definitely stretched the truth. That's kitten fishing. Just a few tweaks here and there to make themselves more attractive, but not enough to completely mislead. You might still vibe with them, but you're definitely left wondering why they didn't just keep it real from the start. Here's a fun one. It's Wanderlove. This is for the adventurers who fall in love while traveling, but it's never meant to last beyond the trip. You're on vacation at a dreamy location, sun, beaches, maybe even a picturesque European town. While you're there, you meet someone who seems perfect. You have romantic dinners, see the sights together, and everything feels like a movie. You think this could be something special. But as soon as the trip ends and you both head back to your normal life, the magic starts to fade. Texts become less frequent and the connection fizzles out. It turns out that love was meant to stay on vacation. That's Vanderlove, an intense, short lived romance that thrives while traveling but does not make it past baggage claim. It's a whirlwind that feels real at that time, but it belongs to the journey, not reality. Next up is slow dating. Instead of rushing things, people are taking it easy, getting to know each other on a deeper level before committing to anything serious. You meet someone, and instead of the usual dive right in approach, you both decide to take things slow. There's no rush to define the relationship. No pressure to label it after just a few dates. You're enjoying the process of getting to know each other without the intensity of fast forwarding it into something serious. Maybe you're going on casual coffee dates, texting regularly but not all day, and you're okay with the fact that things are just flowing. You don't feel the need to meet each other's parents next week or plan a big trip right away. It's all about letting the connection build naturally over time. Sure, it's slower than the dating whirlwind we're used to, but the slow burn keeps the excitement alive. It's like simmering a stew instead of throwing everything into the microwave. You're savoring each moment instead of rushing to the finish line. Now, open casting is all about keeping your options open. You're not looking for any specific type, but you're casting a wide net to see who you might vibe with. Imagine this: you're back on the dating scene, but instead of sticking to your usual type, whether that's tall, outdoorsy, or a fan of the same music, you decide to keep an open mind. No more checklists, no more narrowing down your options to one specific kind of person. Now you're swiping right on anyone who catches your interest, even if they don't fit your typical mold. Maybe one night you're on a date with someone who loves hiking, and the next day you're grabbing coffee with someone who's into art and poetry. It's all about exploring different vibes, personalities, and experiences. You're open casting a wider net and seeing what or who clicks, with no pressure to limit yourself. Who knows, the person who surprises you the most could be the one you didn't see coming. Ever met someone who's constantly dating but never settles down? That's a serial dater. Picture this: you've got that one friend, or maybe it's you, who's always juggling dates. One night it's dinner with someone from a dating app, and the next night it's drinks with someone they just met at a party. The conversations are fun, the sparks are flying, but as soon as things start getting serious, they're on to the next. It's like they're addicted to the excitement of new dates, but can't quite commit. They might say, I love meeting new people, and before you know it, they are back out there swiping for the next fling. If you ask them about their love life, it's like a revolving door of first dates with no end in sight. That's serial dating, jumping from one connection to the next, never settling down, but always chasing the next first date thrill. Hoovering is when your ex sucks you back in after you've broken things off. It's named after the vacuum cleaner brand because they're trying to pull you back with sweet messages or fake promises, even though you know it's probably not going to end well. Here's an example. You finally break things off with that on again, off again ex who always seemed to string you along. You're feeling free and ready to move on when, bam, out of nowhere, your ex starts showing up in your life again. Maybe they text you out of the blue with a sweet message saying, I miss you, or they start liking all your posts on social media. Then they hit you with a nostalgic message like, remember when we used to laugh for hours? Or, no one understands me like you do. It's like they've suddenly become super nice and want to pull you right back in, even though you know it didn't work out the first time, or maybe even the second time round. You might think maybe they've changed, but deep down you know it's just the same old routine. The dreaded situationship. You're more than friends, but not quite a relationship. It's that gray area where no one knows what's going on, but you're definitely spending a lot of time together. You've been hanging out with this person for months. You're texting every day, watching movies together, going on casual dates, and there's undeniable chemistry. Your friends even ask you, so are you two a thing? And here's where it gets awkward. you don't really know. You're spending all this time together acting like a couple, but there's no official title. No talk about being exclusive, and whenever you try and bring it up, they say, let's just see where this goes. You're more than friends, but you're not exactly dating. It's that blurry, undefined gray zone where you have all the vibes but no clarity. Welcome to the land of situationship, where you're stuck in a relationship limbo and no one knows what's happening. Micro cheating is all about these little actions that kind of feel shady. It's not full blown cheating, but it's flirting with the line. Imagine this: you're in a committed relationship and everything seems great. However, you notice that your partner is really active on social media. They are liking flirty photos of their ex and commenting on posts that makes you raise an eyebrow. Or maybe they've got a secret group chat with just a friend where they share memes, jokes that they never share with you. It feels harmless because nothing physical is happening, but it still leaves you feeling a bit uneasy. When you try to bring it up, they say that it's just social media and that you are overreacting. But deep down, you can't shake that feeling that some boundaries are being crossed. That's micro cheating. Those little actions can feel minor, but they can definitely hurt and can lead to big trust issues, leaving you questioning what's really going on behind the scenes. Let's dive into something that might sound familiar: the boomerang effect. Ever notice how pulling away from someone can sometimes make them chase you even harder? Picture this: one person in a budding romance is texting and calling non stop. The other person is feeling a bit smothered, so they decide to take a step back. But when the first person notices this change, they become determined to win them back. Suddenly, they start sending flirty memes and planning surprise outings. The brief distance creates intrigue and excitement, leading to a renewed interest and attraction. In the end, this little game of cat and mouse shows that sometimes a little space can spark a whole new level of connection. It's a classic case of I don't know what I wanted until it's gone. Finally, we have dating fatigue. Swiping, messaging, and going on date after date and getting nowhere, it's exhausting. Picture this: you've been swiping on dating apps for what feels like an eternity. You go on a series of first dates, each one starting with the usual small talk. Favorite movies, weekend plans, the classic. What do you do for fun? But after a few weeks of this routine, you start feeling like you're stuck on a hamster wheel. Every date feels like a copy paste version of the last one. And you're starting to feel like a professional dater instead of someone who's looking for love. You try to mix things up by suggesting some fun activities or even going on a group date with your friends, but nothing seems to spark joy anymore. You think, is this what dating is supposed to be? And you just want to take a break from the whole scene. That's dating fatigue. When the thrill of meeting new people turns into an exhausting cycle, you're feeling burnt out and you find yourself daydreaming about just cozying up with a good book instead of putting on yet another first date outfit. Take it easy, rest, recharge, and maybe come back again when you're ready to look for love again. So there you have it: 2024's hottest, most hilarious, and sometimes even cringe-worthy dating and relationship terms. Did you know all these terms? Let me know on the comments below. And in case I missed out on some terms, do let me know that too. And now you're officially fluent in the language of modern love. Do let me know if any of these stories have happened to you. I would love to hear them. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends who need a crash course in dating lingo. See you next time.